Hello, good evening, and welcome aboard another train and another 5 minutes of me, Alexander Rennie, rambling on about my meanderings through the United Kingdom's forgotten towns.
The next station is Bellshill.
Bellshill, Lanarkshire, population 20,290, rank number 524.
Just alighted the train at Bellshill at 7 p.m. on a Saturday night where local team, Scotland, have just lost the Calcutta Cup, which means vague disappointment hanging heavy in the air. Classic sandstone terraces. An air of modest affluence pervades throughout. I'm going to wander up into the middle of town and see what's going on. Interesting insight into 21st century Britain, the Bellshill Baptist Church, which looks incredibly well maintained, with a memorial to Alex Hamilton, JP, has another sign on the other side that says, "No lead on the roof." Goodness me, if I had a quantity of lead for every church I've known that's had some lead removed from its roof, gosh, I'd have a very valuable consignment of lead by now. But I don't, because it wasn't me, Governor. The new Alhambra bar is shaping up for today's live gig, which is possibly a cue for us to talk about Bellshill's chief export to the world. And for those fed up with me whittering on about coal, iron and steel, I'm not talking about heavy industry, or even weaving, which brought a sizable Lithuanian population to this town over the years. No, I'm talking about another of Scotland's greatest industries, music. So it's thanks to guest artists, local band Teenage Fanclub, bedding this episode's soundtrack here, even if they're not rocking the Alhambra tonight, sadly. But their 3.5 decades of occasional chart bothering are only part of the surprisingly prolific Bellshill sound of the 90s and noughties, into which lazy music journalists would generally also lump such luminaries as the BMX Bandits, De Rosa and the Soup Dragons, who all formed here. Cast the net stylistically wider, however, and we find that Charlene Spiteri of Texas was born here, as was Martin Bullock of Mogwai, and almost certainly top of the heap in terms of sales, at least, none other than Sheena Easton. It's easy to see Prince having penned that number about a night on the tiles in Bellshill, although, sadly, it's a bit late to ask him about it now. We move on. Actually, quite a smart main shopping street here. A couple of livelish bars, considering it's still early evening. Crown Bar, possibly quite similar to the Imperial that we went to last time in Wishel. So we had some loyalties to Rangers over the other side of the road. Over this side, definitely got Celtic loyalties. And a statue in honour of Billy McNeil, Celtic's greatest ever captain. That's the wording on the plinth, by the way. I am in no position to make a worthwhile judgment on the subject. However, I do note that he is one of 2 soccer luminaries from round here that even I have heard of, the other being Sir Matt Busby. But whilst he's got a sports centre named in his honour, I've yet to find any physical tribute to the Bellshill man who towers above them both in the sporting pantheon, England cricket captain Mike Dennis. We do find the parish church of Bellshill West. Whilst it may once have been upon an august street heading into Lanarkshire, traffic flow has been completely altered. Any buildings that were this side of it have been demolished in favour of a very large roundabout and a branch of Lidl. God's views on this subject are not recorded, so it's all part of his great plan. He, like my recent erratic crossing of the roundabout, moves in mysterious ways his trip to View Park to perform. That's me, not God, by the way. So with that in our sights for the next episode and no rail option, we stride purposefully off along the A721. Good night.
Scotrail train.